Maybe his wife's having a baby.
Wow. Dude, he might be. Trash
Seriously.
Cash podcast. Where's Timcast? That's the real question. Where in the world is Timmy San Diego?
Where's
He's
Kevin?
supposed to be here.
They don't even understand.
Where's Kevin?
Where are
the guests to the show? Where is
it just
Oliver
us?
Anthony? I don't know.
Where's
Who is
anybody? Yeah.
Are
we in a cabin?
We're supposed to have at least one more person show up, but you know what? We get what we get. We get what we get.
We do. And we don't complain.
We're prompt. We start the show on time, and if
it's a fine oiled machine, Trash to Cash.
Yeah,
filled with just very important information at all times. Probably the most informative reselling podcast out there, allegedly.
It's true. I think people really liked my camera angle last week.
Yes,
they seem to enjoy it based on the comments, just like they're loving my new content. Really,
exactly. You should double down, dude. You should just put 2 chicken breasts in between some cheese and just go all in. Double down. Chicken breast? Isn't that what the double down sandwich is?
Am I cooking them in this scenario? Like,
no, you're cooking. You're cooking like the audience enjoys it on a skillet.
Listen, dude, she might be having a baby.
Yeah,
that could legit be happening.
Probably is. That would be pretty good for Tim if that's the case.
Is he prompt for your guys' podcast?
He's always on time. It's not very like Tim. Yeah. You would think
so. They might be making a baby right now. Well, not making. The baby's already
already made.
Yeah.
It's about to be delivered.
Hatched? Is that what they call it? Hatched? It's got a hatch.
See, listen, man. You've had kids. I don't know how babies are made, bro.
How does it work? I
don't know, man.
There's a stork involved, I think.
I think like a stork is just like a kind of like a fat seagull, right? Pretty much.
So, Carrie, I will say I saw your Paul's merch. It's excellent. It'll be at the end of this episode, guys.
Thank you.
Look forward
I have more I need to do, so I'll get you some tonight after.
You're
I need to know my list. It's confusing.
Hey, dinner was good an hour ago. Did you enjoy your dinner?
It was. Yeah, an hour ago. We went to probably the best Mexican place in Florida so far.
Yeah, it was really exciting because I had a spot in North Carolina. I've lived in Florida for like 3 years, and I've never found a spot that I loved. So that one could. We have to go again. You can't just base it on one visit. All right, we got to go at least one more.
Yeah, you got to have what I got because you liked what I got.
Oh, what you got was what I got was good too. But what you got, mine was like
tacos
a 6.
al
His was like
pastor,
an 8.5.
dude.
Yeah.
When in doubt, tacos al pastor. When in doubt.
But for a good Mexican restaurant, or they call it Tex-Mex, I guess is really what it's called. I like to try the enchilada supreme too. I think that's a good kind of litmus test, as it were, Carrie. A litmus test. You're zoned out. Are you texting Tim?
I'm trying to. Yeah.
Well, I texted him like 20 minutes ago, and he texted back and said good to go or something. So something could have happened. Maybe he has explosive diarrhea.
Said, Tim, you having a baby?
Yeah. He could have diarrhea.
Yeah, it's true.
So,
I've had diarrhea.
Carrie, what do we do? Let's get serious for a minute, guys. Most of you hate us, me and Carrie.
Well,
and Kevin,
mostly strongly towards you, but yes.
Me. Most of you hate me. My comments are
I'm nebulous
now. My comments on my Flipper channel. It's an interesting thing. Let's talk.
They're not that. There's a lot of nice comments. Be fair. There's a lot of nice
Not on the
people.
Dibdit tutorials.
Oh, they're commenting on the Dibdit tutorials?
Oh, yeah. Like 200. Listen, the Dibdit tutorials are very,
I gotta go read
specific subset of people, okay? They're literally for people who are trying to sell.
They're not meant for everyone.
They're having a hard time. They're having a hard time, and I'm trying to help them out. If you're not planning on...
Dude, he wanted to be here for years, and he's late.
Wearing a shark tooth Redskins hat. Like
look at that, dude. Flexing, dude. What's it say?
Oh, my gosh.
What does it say? Get smoked? What does your shirt say?
What is that even worth, Tim?
Yeah. Half smokes are a DC thing.
What is that worth, that hat on your head? Bolo alert.
I don't know. It's a good question.
That's got to be worth at least 150, 200, right?
Maybe not that much, but close to it, yeah.
Okay. Well,
I mean, they went up in value. All Redskin stuff went up in value this year.
Yeah. Well, so no baby.
This is one thing. If you're on a podcast with Tim, one thing he loves to do, usually pre-podcast, is twirl the mustache. But since he's thrown into it, he has to do the twirl.
We're live right now.
We're live, bro. Yeah.
You're looking like an evil Wario over there. He's Waluigi.
Can we slow that? Can somebody do a cut of that? where he's just seductively twirling his mustache for the.
So wait, I'm like on here, but this is a secret episode?
No, this
is a real episode.
Where's
but
Kevin?
we are punctual,
Kevin,
dude.
When I told Kevin you were coming on, he said, "Well, I won't be there then." That you got to work out your issues with Kevin.
I don't know what you and Kevin are into,
we're not
but
trying
you guys
to
need
start
to
a fight,
you guys need to talk it out. No, Kevin's like swinging in the mountains or something. I don't know what he's doing this weekend.
He literally sent us a text saying he's swinging tonight. And
well, I was in that group text.
Yeah. Oh, so you're swinging with him.
No.
What's a nice way to tell him? What's a nice way to tell him photos aren't necessary? We believe him.
Tim, I want to ask a question because you posted a video on TikTok today with Kevin. Are you with him right now? He was giving you V-friends?
No. That was when we were all together and you didn't come.
Ditched everyone. Well,
that was messed up.
Thing, or that's the national thing?
What? No, that was at 127.
Okay.
That was a good time. We had a dog, Dave, that lived at the house. His name was eBay. He just showed up. And we named him eBay. But now we don't care about eBay, so we probably name him Dibbed It now. But back then we named him eBay.
Dibbed It.
If he Dibbed It now,
he would have been named Dibbed It.
There's no doubt.
Me and Kara were talking about the angry comments I'm getting on my Dibbed It tutorials. I'm literally only making those for a few hundred Dibbed It sellers, guys. You don't need to watch them. You don't need to go in there and tell me how much you hate that content. It's not for you. It's just for the sellers on Dibbed It.
Well, I told you I would have made them, but...
Yeah, well, you can. I want to do like a Dibbed It tips video, too. I think that'd be good.
What are they saying?
Oh, they're like, this content sucks now. I didn't sign up for this. It was just me doing a tutorial teaching people how to ship a Dibbed It order.
I've always gotten a kick out of like how...
Yeah, okay.
I always get a kick out of how like... These people aren't paying you for content, are they?
No.
Are you working for these people? Then why are they complaining about the free content? Go watch something else.
Watch something you want to watch. Exactly. That's what I said.
I didn't sign up for this. You pressed a button, and you come back once in a while when Dave puts an angry emoji on a Karen. That's the only time you show up.
I am going... I still am doing the video style they like. It's just I'm also doing additional videos that maybe not everyone likes, and they're getting mad. So whatever. But yeah, that's a cool hat, Tim. That's a really cool hat.
That is a cool hat.
Yeah. So what's with this baby? When's it due?
Well, technically, the baby's due the 28th or the 1st.
Okay. All right. And it's the first baby.
Baby number one.
So the first baby usually is late.
That's what the word on the street is.
Unless they induce it, which sometimes they'll do, and then they'll force you into a C-section. So be careful with them.
Yeah, we got it scheduled. We scheduled a induced date of March 10th.
That's good. That's after the due date. They tried to induce Tina a week before she was due, and it didn't really work. And then we had to have an emergency C-section so that they could have their nice $80,000 hospital bill. There's my conspiracy theory: dinosaurs are fake.
You nailed it.
Show me any proof of dinosaurs, please. Go.
Yeah, no,
people in the comments, proof. I'd love to see it. I haven't seen one once.
It's all theory.
Well, it kind of is. Tim, you got a lot of Redskins and Commander stuff behind you.
Yeah,
they did good this year, huh?
They did really well. I got all so I have a whole shelf of Notre Dame.
Okay.
So I have like my Rudy, my Notre Dame football, Notre Dame hats, Notre Dame Mountain Dews, and then I have a whole shelf of Commanders and Redskin stuff, and then I have another shelf of everything: Baltimore Orioles, Capitals.
Do you think in your prime football days, Tim, back when you were like a stud at football, like you could have got one sack if they set up a nice play for you at Notre Dame, like Rudy, like one play?
Definitely.
Nice.
Tim, I saw you in there bidding that auction tonight. You were bidding like more money than I thought you were capable of spending. I think I saw an $11 bid.
He's the most prudent of us bargain boxers.
Me and Kara
Tim
were
is the cheapest of us
Tim?
cheapos.
Is he okay? Did someone hack his account?
do either of you know why I was bidding on that lot?
Baseball. It was baseball.
There's some good stuff in there.
Carrie said you like baseball.
But do you know which one specifically was in there? That
I don't remember which one.
There was an Aaron. What's crazy is those cards were worth money like a month ago to turn in because there was an Aaron Judge refractor, but
those are like $100.
They're $40
the
for
refractors. Okay,
yeah.
40.
But also in that lot was a Aaron Judge refractor image variation Topps Chrome.
What's that go for?
Like 50, probably like $40 to $50.
Dang, dude.
So this guy just
you bid like $11, and I'd love to hear you say the number 11. It's one of my favorite things.
11.
Oh, you said it. You didn't do it. Put it 3 M's in it like you.
Because it only works when it's 7-11.
Yeah, there we go.
Tim,
so there's a good card in there.
That card guy, he's not a card guy. He just got a container.
Storage unit guy, and he was really happy that I geared him towards doing it in Dibdit cards.
Yeah.
And I think it worked out really well for him. Yeah. He was super happy. And I also, told him, I was like, look, if you're doing storage units, you should hear all the Dibdit, marketplaces in the umbrella in the Dibdit Corp.
It's like selecting your category on Whatnot.
Yeah. So basically. It's like it basically, I was like, if you get clothes in storage unit, go to Threads. If you find makeup, go to Polish and Brush.
Yeah.
And if you find cards, come to Dibdit Cards. And he was really happy.
Dave's Kitchen Market.
Yep. Oh, Dave's Kitchen Market.
I did my first big live on Dave's Kitchen Market.
How did that go?
$400. I'll take it. I mean, I sold. It was probably like $1,000 worth of stuff because there was a lot of. Well, maybe not. That's an exaggeration. It's probably $800 worth of stuff, I would say. But it was like, and some people like there was one lady in there. She's like, "Wow, really?" Like she couldn't believe the price she got. And actually, I don't know, Tim. I don't even know if this is good or not. They were milk glass trays, like a set of 4 milk glass trays, and they had like a floral painting on top of each
like
one.
hobnail stuff.
Were they snack trays?
Yeah, they were like little snack trays.
And they had like a little circle spot for like your cup.
Yes, she got all 4 for $5.
Like deviled eggs.
She thought that was like an insane deal, but I don't know. Is $5 about right?
I mean, it depends. It depends really on what they were exactly. But I mean, you got to think about that's a yard sale price. That's cheaper than what you would have paid at a thrift store.
I probably paid $5. I probably broke even on it, honestly.
So let me ask you this: do you think that Dave's Kitchen is going to be more so of a decorative kitchen vintage, or do you think it's going to be more of a functional, I'm using this to cook in the kitchen sort of stuff, or a mixture of the both?
I think it's a mixture. Yeah, I think it's a mixture because I was selling a lot of in my auction I was selling tea sets and plates, and also I was selling Starbucks cups, which are more just functional stuff. I was selling brushes to brush on your barbecue sauce, but then the next item I'd sell would be a vintage tray, right? So for me, I was kind of doing a little bit of it all. I think it's more just my goal was kitchen stuff does not make a lot of sense in Dibdit or Threads or any of those markets, right? And so I just, with my cooking channel on top of it, being able to promote it to that group, and also it just being not really catered to, it was the only kitchen market right now on District. Yeah. And so I just thought it was like a kind of cool idea. And I streamed it to my cooking channel, and a lot of the people in there were very confused. Did not know what I was talking about. But I'm leaving that live. I only did it for 30 minutes, and I switched over to streaming it on ADH Dave. But I left it, I'm leaving that live up, 30 minutes of it. And at the end of it, I say, if you guys want to bid, make sure you come to daveskitchenmarket.com so they can get a taste of what it is. Because a lot of them probably don't even know about live selling. It's too new for a lot of people. Because my audience definitely leans very elderly woman on the cooking channel. It's
you think so, 50 though?
Plus. Well, my analytics say it on YouTube.
Because I'd be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if you had more of a younger, hipster, demographic with all the keto and cottage cheese.
Yeah, for a long, I haven't looked at it, to be fair, in quite a while. But as of 6 months ago, you might be right. Let me look. As of 6 months ago, it was all little little old ladies.
I hacked the keto. I hacked the cottage cheese. I knew you were gonna blow up. I hacked the cottage cheese. Carrie was there with me at the 127. I said, "You guys do realize that it's cottage cheese that's putting Dave over the top right now, right?" And everybody was like, "Wait, what?" And then they kind of looked at it, and then I was like, "Dude, you should do a yard sale video," and says, "You won't believe the cottage cheese I found at this yard sale," and see how big it goes.
You won't believe the cottage cheese at this. Okay, so let's see. Age and gender: 58% female, 41% male, and my age groups, the big majority is 35 to 65. That's where most of it is. No,
that's weird. Why 35 to 65? That doesn't even seem like it's a real category. Shouldn't it be 35 to 40?
You just added them all.
I'm adding it up. Yeah, the biggest category is 55 to 64.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the biggest category. United States heavy. I don't know. But we're not talking about cooking, Daddy. It was good, though, to run an auction. And then I raided some guy, WSC West is his name. I don't know if everyone knows him, but he's very cool. And he sold a bunch of like brand new and packaged Pioneer Woman, like, you know, kind of Walmart type, very nice, useful kitchen stuff. And people were bidding on it because, you know, again, a lot of times you can get a great deal, right? Something that's $25 at Walmart, he probably paid a few dollars at a yard sale and he sells it for 10. He's excited, right? So I think it's like one of those everyone wins kind of.
Did you know, hey, Dave, did you know that everybody, like literally everybody's leaving eBay right now?
Dude, ever since I left eBay, everyone's doing a video about everyone leaving eBay.
They're all gone. All of them.
Nobody's leaving eBay.
And listen, when we put out the video on No Bangers podcast, make sure you guys subscribe.
Yeah. It's booming. Business is booming. We are winning Trash to Cash this week because you took down the video. But
I did take down the video with 3,000 views.
We'll take it. We're taking the We're taking the victory.
Yeah.
So they a lot of people started putting out like that sort of similar related content about like eBay and sports cards and the same thing with reselling.
Yeah.
And you know, listen, it's weird that people are all kind of, you know, moving in this direction. Obviously, I'm a huge supporter of what you did. Like, I had to go out and throw some bows on some people in the comment section.
Yeah.
That's my favorite thing.
You haven't done it yet, Tim. Honestly, quit eBay.
I can't. You know what's interesting is because obviously I have high functioning level of ADHD too, right? And so like, but I'm also bipolar and manic depressive, so I'm just one big
like the
ball
trifecta.
Of,
Congratulations.
My other siblings, we split those three equally among the three siblings.
I got all of them in me.
Nice.
So like I'm like the opposite where like I have to have, you know what it's like. I have to have like my hands in like a million different things.
We're all like struggling. Like I'm both pretty and handsome. So it's like, I don't really, sometimes I don't know what to lean into, but it depends on the situation. Really.
I think,
depends on the situation.
I like having eBay in my, I like having that as a crutch. Does that make sense?
Yeah. No,
it's almost weird because it's like it swings sometimes.
You're the tiny Tim of reselling.
Because like there's some things that just like
Kevin Scrooge, of course.
Meant
of course.
meant to be on eBay, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, but at the same time,
I'm just not going to buy those things anymore. That's my plan.
No, exactly, and that makes sense. Like if you have the plan, right? And once again, it's not like you went on and said, "Hey, I'm quitting eBay. You should quit eBay."
No,
that's completely not what you did. No. And I think people did not catch that part. I think people are so used to content creators in the reselling space trying to tell everybody what to do and how they should do it and why they should do it, that it went over their heads that you were just like, this is what I'm doing.
Yeah,
you know,
tell them what I'm doing. Like they watch my Flipper channel, or I think they watch my Flipper channel to see what I'm up to, and what I'm up to right now is live selling. And I don't like. I get what you mean. eBay is a bit of a crutch. It's nice to be able to wake up and say, "Oh my goodness, I got $100 in orders last night. That's really cool," and I do like that. But I do think it kind of slows me down on other things. It limits my ability to live sell. It makes me hesitate on putting up the good stuff. And I think if you really want to be like committed to something, you should fully commit to it. And that's what. It also, I have a lot of other hands in the deck, cards in the deck. I got a lot of other things going on that I'm focused on, and it just simplifies my life a lot if I can go to a yard sale, source the stuff, sell it immediately, not have to worry about listing, not have to worry about keeping track of it, so I can also do the other things I want to do, which is theme park content, cooking content, things like that. I want to be able to do all these things, so I have to kind of just pick what makes the most sense.
I was heavy into live selling for a while. Because you got to remember, too, that I was live selling before, like, live selling was a thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was doing live sales on my YouTube channel before Whatnot, popped off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, I've always kind of shopped for that, even with glass. You know what I'm saying? So, like, for me, I got burnt out doing the live selling with the glass because it was so much. And it was a lot.
A lot of shipping. Kevin said you'd ship for like 8 hours.
Shipping like 40, 50 pieces of glass is a lot of work.
A lot of that kitchen market auction today was hard to ship stuff.
I was live selling before both of you guys. In person, in a building.
On
On Tuesday night, praying it wouldn't snow on March 17th so we could have maybe 30 people in the auction so they'd buy the stuff. The nice part was we didn't have to ship, though. That was the best part. They took the stuff and left.
That is nice. Here's something that I'm going to say at the extreme risk of becoming unrelatable, which I've already kind of done by doing this whole dib thing.
You want to say allegedly
And this
first?
is the thing that Kevin won't say out loud, but I'm going to say it, guys, and this is going to probably blow some of your minds, and most of you, it won't blow your minds at all. I generally have made my money back on a buy the moment I buy it because of ad revenue. So whatever I sell it for is profit because I have a picker channel that does enough. It's not like crazy money, but it's enough money that as long as I'm buying smart and safe, I've kind of got my money back in the buy just by creating content out of it. And so that's the part that's very unrelatable. But the truth. It's the truth. So when they say, oh my gosh, your family's going to run out of money, Dave, and you're destroying your life and blah, 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 that's the reality of the thing is I've generally made my money.
Now just imagine, Kevin,
sell it for
the difference between
value on a live auction. I'm willing to do that because I've already made my money back with the buy.
The only difference between you and Kevin is he's 3 to 4 times his money.
Kevin's 10xing his money
before he's even had to.
Kevin buys a piece of Tupperware and he makes $5,000 in ad revenue allegedly.
Allegedly, none of this is true. I mean, Dave's right. I mean, I do that all the time with card content. With you can make with the pack openings oftentimes, and then with. Like I always love like going through the dollar boxes and doing a short, and even if I get like 10 or 20,000 views, oftentimes that'll pay for my whole stack of cards.
Yeah, if it's
because
$20,
I make I make like $10, $15, $20, and I pay for my stack of cards. But that's
people don't think about that when they're
they don't realize it.
Abusing you in the comments, but
I love it though. They're sweet.
No, so this brings up the next question, Tim. When are you going more all in on your card content? Because you make some.
He's been doing it more.
Have you been doing it more? Last I checked, you were kind of inconsistent.
So extremely inconsistent on both channels. So a lot of that was because of the transition that we've been making, and
You're not in the basement anymore.
I should have a video coming out on my picking channel.
Okay.
By the time this comes out.
Dude,
because
do you
I'm
know
smart.
how many views you'd get if you literally just was like the glass picker consistently?
Yeah.
The male glass picker consistently? Like, oh my gosh.
So the video
crazy lamp guy.
Yeah, seriously.
And so that'll kind of be the transition video because I just had to buy another terabyte hard drive. I currently have 2 hard drives full of content, card and main channel stuff. So I'm going to just start just nailing all that out because the shed is completed. So I've 100% moved in. I have nothing left in the house. I got rid of almost everything I had reselling. Wow. Like I sold almost everything. And like I've gotten really like picky. I'm like a really picky picker. And not just like cheap picky, but also.
That could be someone's YouTube channel.
It probably is. Let me look it up. I'm looking it up.
So I won't buy something that will double my money.
Okay.
Like I don't know how I watch people and they're
I accidentally typed picky liquor. That is a totally different. I really did that.
I can't stand people like who pick up a pair of shoes and they're like, yeah, these will sell for $20 and they're paying like $6 and I'm like,
got 1,000 subs.
There you go.
All right, there we go.
I wonder if there's
a picking channel.
That's what I was gonna ask.
No, it's just AI cats.
Oh.
And I don't know what
that's definitely Dave's channel. Dave's got another channel he ain't tell nobody about.
Dave's got some faceless AI channels, I'm sure.
Yeah, so I that's my next step because it happens to me like I put out a video and I'm like, damn, like I'm really slacking here because like I put out one video, two videos on my card channel like in the last like 2 months and I got a YouTube check. Like my CPMs are really good on my card channel. Mm-hmm. So like for my card channel is I think I have like 2,500 subs, but like my videos average like 2,000 to 5,000 at least views. That's crazy. And I'm making probably like between $40 and $75 per video. That I put out
the videos,
on
man.
My card channel.
You've already got the formula. People are starving for what we do, basically. Like
so between those two channels, I think it'll be good. But now the shed's complete. Like everything's out of the house, the nursery. I'll put the crib together, everything's in there, and like, so now. Like, there's no more excuses.
Well, there's one, and it's going to be crying all night.
Well, see, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the billionaire sleep schedule.
No. What is that?
Just don't sleep, or AI sleeps for you?
They take, I think it's 8 20-minute naps a day.
Oh, Kramer did that in Seinfeld once.
Yeah,
that sounds bad though for you.
So I'm gonna try and do that. So during
Can't see anything that could go wrong here.
You feed. You're supposed to feed
2 hours a day.
No. So you feed the baby every 3 hours.
Yeah.
So what I'm gonna do is I'll probably wake up to feed the baby, and then I'll stay awake, work into the next 3 hours of feeding the baby, and then after feeding the baby, that second 3 hour interval, then I'll go to sleep when the baby sleeps for 3 hours, and then I'll wake up and do like that sort of schedule. So that way I can get stuff done in between and not like.
So can I text you at 4 a.m. because nobody ever is up?
Response, yeah.
Because it's too late for some and too early for others.
Hey, listen, you can always try it. I'm one of those people that keeps my phone in Do Not Disturb, so you can text me whenever. And I'll respond when I see it.
And people go crazy. Like, my phone makes noises, every 2 seconds for 24 hours a day. No doubt about it.
Dude, District's going to make it worse.
Listen, I have District, Twitter, Discord.
My phone's just given up on District. It's just like, you got 1,600 messages. I'm like, I don't even get I just get like it just hits in a chunk. It's like 1,600. Go.
I mean, people are selling stuff right now.
Yeah, people are live.
Exciting. Tim is a co-owner of Dibdit Cards, guys. Dibdit Cards, which is a fast-growing network. It just is about to pass Polish and Brush.
Yeah,
I noticed.
Yeah,
crazy. There.
I think Dibdit Cards is going to be
Tina's
huge.
Mad.
Oh,
Tina said she's gonna just stop selling cards. She doesn't want it to grow anymore.
She's not gonna sell cards on Dibdit Cards anymore.
No, she's stepping out. Do you know what they need to make? They need to make a Bucky shark tooth hat. That would
that's a great idea.
That would be dope.
That would Splash do all the designs. Like
you could do that. You could.
Are they trademarked?
No, because they have shark tooth blanks.
Really?
You can find shark tooth blanks, and then all you would have to do is get Bucky's patch and slap it on.
We gotta get no bangers.
Shark
tooth
blanks,
hats.
Those are probably still expensive.
Oh hell yeah, they're expensive.
Yeah, I'm sure they're not cheap. But
I'm just saying, if you wanted to be like a 101,
be the one guy. I'm
do
gonna
you
look
wear
right
hats, Steve?
No, but I could start.
No, he looks weird with hats on.
I look really weird with hats.
Like he looks like
You'd have to wear your hat like kind of like that.
I used to wear my hat backwards. Yeah, that was like kind of the only thing that would work for me.
Because I don't think you could wear like a dad hat or anything like that.
I feel like Tim's the only guy that can pull off that look that he's doing right there.
He's pulling it
feel
off.
like
It's not bad. Actually.
I feel like I haven't seen one person other than Tim wear their hat like that since 1999.
Have you ever fenced before, Dave?
No, I have not. Have you?
No, but you look like you could be a fencer.
Yeah, they're thinner, but
maybe, exactly. They've got too much area to hit.
But no, you have like the facial hair structure of a fencer.
See, normally what I hear is I have the structure of a jockey. Very tiny, short human.
No, you can't ride a horse. I know some jockeys. You can't ride a horse.
I've ridden a horse, just not fast.
But not like...
No. It sounds terrible. It sounds like not fun. I did ask for questions on the Patreon, and no one cares anymore. They didn't ask anything. There was one question that said, Dave, how many hours a week are you spending on live shows and shipping? Is it more or less than eBay? I would say maybe as far as this week goes, a little more because we did the Threads raid train. We did the cards show carry. We did the kitchen market. I did a lot of stuff. We did a golf club show. And so I probably did 9 hours of live selling. And then, shipping was crazy yesterday and today. And I'm not even done with the kitchen market show. So it was probably 15, 16 hours this week, and I usually spending about 10 to 15 on eBay, usually more like 10. So, but it's way more revenue, way higher sales numbers than I was doing on eBay. So it's kind of
and the whole thought process
work out the hourly.
Is you're going to be buying differently. Probably not going to buy golf clubs all the time unless the price is right, I guess. But you're going to be buying stuff that makes sense to ship more efficiently, correct?
Golf clubs are so easy to ship. I'll keep buying golf clubs. It's one of the easiest things
I don't get it.
Tim, do you sell golf clubs?
Do I sell golf clubs?
You do.
kind of question is that?
Well, Carrie's saying they're hard to ship. Do you agree with that?
Well, listen, Carrie will tell you I'm a glass guy that ships everything like he's shipping glass.
Oh,
so
even golf
I
clubs?
probably ship a lot different than you do, and I break the rules that certain reselling people think that I should go to jail for.
Like what rules?
So
you're asking him to incriminate himself.
Incriminate yourself. Let's hear it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
Dude, do a hypothetical and say that Cernock does this.
Okay, no. allegedly, I still have USPS tube boxes.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. Straight to jail.
Straight
to jail.
And I ship those UPS. I asked the guy. I used to tape it with brown tape.
Oh my gosh.
And then I asked the guy at UPS, and I was like, dude, do I need to do this? And he was like, nah, man, just bring it in like that. And I was like, all right, cool.
All right, well, that's one option. No, so golf clubs, if you have the right boxes, if you have 4x4x48s, you literally just put a little bubble wrap around it, drop it in, and tape it.
Here's what I prefer.
But I gotta pay for those.
I'd rather. Here's how I like to do shipping. I hand Don this. This is a good card too. Will Johnson. He's going to be a top 10 pick in the draft. I hand this to Don when it sells, and it's magically at the person's house.
So you want to know how I actually wrap a golf club though?
Yes, because I just wrap the head generally.
So I take the club and I put it on packing paper, and I roll it up. So I twist the entire, just like I'm riding an ATV in a Rough Riders video.
I wanted some Soldier Boy to start playing when you were doing that.
So I have packing paper around the entire club. Then I take small bubble wrap and I wrap the entire club.
It's exhausting just listening to
one small bubble wrap, and then I take big bubble wrap and I put one piece of that around the head, and then I drop it in the box.
So you sell a $30 club, you put $60 worth of packaging around it.
No, not even.
I do,
and then you take a $50.
Generally, I do exactly that last step only. That is the only step I take. And
I thought your whole step, Dave, was if it fits in a poly mailer, it goes in a poly mailer.
And I'll tell you the truth, like, there's sometimes where I don't even put any bubble on it at all because it's a freaking golf club. It's meant to be hit around, and a lot of times I'm selling not great condition clubs too. It makes a difference if it's all dinged up anyways. I don't really.
I am a straight stickler for shipping. Like there is no shortcuts when it comes to shipping. Like I take.
Do you think objectively? Like that. Yeah, Dawn's like that a lot. But do you think objectively you're overdoing it? Like if you were outside of yourself, do you think it's excessive what you're doing?
No. I would be super stoked if I paid $40 for a 6-iron and it came like that. You know what I'm saying?
I would be annoyed. I would be annoyed by the amount of work it would take to get all that stuff off.
No,
of it.
it's really
It's like
easy.
the card people who put like 18 things of bubble wrapper. I hate that. Just send me a card. Yeah.
Like I hate people like. I don't like painter's tape. I think painter's tape is the worst thing in the world.
Oh, it's Carrie's favorite.
What's even worse is Scotch tape. I hate when people.
Best toilet paper in the business.
I want to be able to reuse the top loaders. Like stop destroying them.
It's painter's tape doesn't destroy top loaders.
No, it doesn't. But I'm also OCD, so like I don't like I take the tape off.
You have a lot of diagnoses coming in. OCD,
self-diagnosed.
Man, depressing. Get a couple more.
Bipolar. That's your reseller name. Manic depressive bipolar ADHD Tim.
You know what I thought about? I've thought about multiple times. I was like, what if I made a top loader business like golf clubs? Like, you know how like people refurbish golf balls? Mm-hmm. Like, like they find all these golf balls and then they clean them up and then they repackage them and sell them. Like, what if I could refurbish top loaders?
How much are top
Sure.
loaders?
I mean, you probably could, but it's not like what kind of money are you going to be making for your time?
But that's the problem.
You're making like 13 cents an hour.
It's like it's an idea, not a profitable one.
It would have to be like a something that it could do it. Like, what if I like dishwash them on like cold water?
But Tim, you're not answering my question. What does a new top loader cost?
Well, it depends.
More or less than a dime,
dude.
Tim.
I got 200. I've already used 100, and I just got these in yesterday. I got 200 with 200 penny sleeves for like 27 shipped.
So 10 cents a piece.
What is that? Yeah, like 10 cents a piece.
So that's the fast dime or the slow dime? I don't know. You tell me.
I don't know.
Seems like the slow dime.
It seems like a slow nickel.
It popped in my head.
A slow penny.
I have all these top loaders that have like stickers on them. Like, well, this one
Just reuse those for stuff in your auction, bro.
Look, I say do it if it's something that will pass the time and make you happy. Like if you like whittling sticks, but it's not going to make you any money.
I come home from a card show and I re-sleeve and recase all
I
of the
hear
cards.
you. Like anytime I get a top loader, Dave, this is a no banger sports card talk. You're going to have to deal with it. Okay, anytime I get a top loader with this kind of sticker on it, that's like a backup. I'll throw it in a pile. Maybe I'll use it for shipping at some point.
The sticker off?
I use it for
but
giveaways.
it leaves residue, and I don't like it. Or maybe I'll use a marker or something. I don't know.
Well, that's all right. I'd
rather have a fresh.
I got some nice new, super easy to remove stickers for my auctions because I wanted to make sure like I wasn't damaging people's products, and I hadn't been already. I already hadn't been damaging their products with the little circle ones like that,
Probably.
but I don't think they were as intense as that. But I ordered these ones from Amazon that were supposed to be like super easy to remove, and I got that big video game by Carrie with all the Atari games and the NES games. Yeah. Like a genius, I was putting my number stickers on the stickers. Like
why would you do that?
Atari like logo of the game, like Galaga.
How long have you been a reseller? You've been a reseller for like over a decade, right?
I'm not a video game dude. I didn't.
You don't put it on the sticker of the video game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well I know.
We're gonna take away your Dibdit card, like they took away your eBay card.
Just use Post-it notes, bro.
Well,
that works.
Could. Either
it's not
way,
a bad idea.
I damaged 3 stickers, Galaga and 2 others.
It's Atari. Atari isn't worth much.
I will say I gave him a full refund for each of the games and sent him anyways.
What's the best the like grail of Atari games?
I don't know. Not the
E.T.'s one of them, right?
Is it because they buried them all in the landfill or something?
Yeah.
Yes, there's something.
And then there's another one that's like that too.
Yeah, I would say the grail of Atari games is probably Air Raid for the Atari 2600.
Is it that really? You're just making. Yeah. You have a copy and you're trying.
No, it's worth 20 to 30 grand with the box. Red Sea Crossing's worth about 10,000, and then Gamma Attack's worth.
I can't believe you had all this like at the top of your head like that. Dude, like you're some sort of savant.
My friend GPT might have helped me a little bit, but
Chad was helping.
Chad GPT was helping me out with this.
Chad, I'm gonna download it right now.
Tim has finally decided to get on the AI train 3 years later.
You guys. Well, when I found out it was free,
it's best for images. We've had,
but it says in-app purchases.
Well, make sure it's the right one because Dawn went and downloaded the wrong one 6 times.
Just
Tim.
Chat GPT.
Show me the icon.
You don't have to make purchases either.
It looks like the logo from Lost.
Lost. Well,
it's like a not donut.
Lost logo.
I think that's it, dude.
Yeah, not donut sounds right. I don't know how that's related.
I mean, it has 1.7 million.
Yeah.
You don't have to purchase the in-app purchases.
No, it's purchases like let you make more images, which you can make images, just not as quickly if you don't.
Yeah, I paid for it because I can do more images now.
Carrie wants to really make sassy Nosferatu art.
I've been making a lot of like I've been every time Kevin says how much we make on Dibdit. We do folksy logos of Kevin.
Dibdit, sassy
Kevin just like yelling at a wrestler.
I will tell you that's one of my favorite things that there's a lot of things that you guys have done that I've enjoyed over the years, right? But
over the years, that's your name.
Yeah.
Hey,
integrated his own name.
You did a good job.
Marketing.
But that little like 20-30 minutes of you guys doing the AI images, like.
Dude. So the story behind that is Carrie had never seen them. Okay.
I know. I could tell. Trust me.
I was just typing it in, and then I was seeing it for the first time, handing it to him, and then hearing him describe it, and I was like, okay. Okay.
I love it. I love any chance I get to improv. I get to do a little theater. I love it.
So at what point on this show do we get to do allegedly and talk bad stuff about people?
Do it. You can do it right now.
Whatever you want. Say whatever you want,
Kevin's not here, so that'll maybe get us some
Harry
views.
Tornado is too scared to fight back. Allegedly.
I don't have anything bad to say about that guy. But, allegedly.
On camera, allegedly.
Allegedly, Rockstar Flipper.
Oh, alleged. Yeah.
I would also like to add an allegedly to this.
There's a new one out of him saying that eBay is going to hold all of our funds. Did you see this one?
No.
I didn't either because I didn't want to like give in to the nonsense.
To the clickbait.
I definitely saw it, and I was like, this guy just does not quit.
Well, okay, but I thought there was something about that in the UK, right? I talked about that, and you guys said I was wrong a few months ago. But is it now coming to the U.S.? Because his thumbnail says it is, and he's never lied.
That's a lie
allegedly.
Himself. It's one big lie.
Let me ask AI if he's right. Is this true? So you have to use Google's AI to ask these questions. You paste the link for the YouTube video and say, "Is it true?"
So it's like community notes on Twitter.
Whatever happened to daily refinement? Allegedly,
his mom is working hard. No, that's Rake and Profit. I don't know about daily. That's right. Daily refinement's the California.
Whatever happened to him?
Rake
He just disappeared.
Guy.
I think he went to jail.
Really?
What?
No.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Dude,
whoa, buddy.
A thumbnail. Big resellers in jail. Thumbnail.
Allegedly. Please. Super allegedly.
The thing Kevin does and put the jail bars in front of his face.
Oh gosh, he has that little thing in his back pocket. He cashes that check every 4 months with some stupid thing he makes up. Allegedly.
You know what happened to the good old days of just like reselling?
Yeah.
That's what I want. I want reselling.
Yeah, I want somebody to tell me they found a plush for $1 and sold it for $4.99, and I want that to go on for 37 straight minutes, no edits.
$499?
Or $4.99. That's enough.
No, I don't.
It doesn't have to be $499.
See, I used to
be realistic.
I used to love digesting content like that. Because I like to learn, right? So I used to love watching stuff that I had no idea about. Because then I would be like, oh my god, I need that information.
My DibDit tutorials. You'd be like,
you
oh
would
my
love
gosh,
that, dude.
DibDit tutorial? I don't know anything about. What is DibDit? I don't even know.
Here's the thing, man. There's only and honestly, text my buddy in every once or twice a year I get really into tech stuff because I want to motivate myself. But there's a time for everything. Sometimes you're feeling like you want to learn. Sometimes you just want to be at the dysfunctional water cooler that is, Trash to Cash podcast. Sometimes you want to watch Reseller Leftovers because it probably plays after this and you're just too tired to turn it off. I don't know.
Speaking of self-diagnosed, they're the self-diagnosed number 2 reselling podcast or something.
Hey, aim high.
What do they say, Tim? You watch their show.
Which one?
The Reseller Leftovers.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, but what do they say? Self-diagnosed something or other.
It changes every week.
Okay. They did a live on Friday. Did you see the live?
And they didn't tell me, and I was upset about that.
I watched the replay. It was, too much Mike like always, but Jimmy and Joe were great.
Yo, Mike's new haircut.
Looking pretty fly.
That.
Oh yeah, Dawn saw that and she's like, "Did his wife do his hair for him or something?"
No, but he's got this whole "Brother, where art thou" thing going.
Yeah,
I love it.
He's bringing the Caesar cut back.
I am the man.
Because I love Mike.
Sorrow.
I'm a big Mike guy, and
we all love Mike.
I was like, man, the first thing that came to my mind was, "Oh brother, we're out there."
Yeah, first time I saw that hair, I'm like, put the hat back on. Me and Tim understand what's happening with our hair. We have hats on.
Dude, it took me a long time for me to come to the realization that I was my hair was gone because I had such luscious blonde, dirty blonde strawberry locks.
Let's look at some comments instead of talking about Tim's locks. Move the subject to something else.
I like it.
Just give us a video. I need proof. I need proof of the locks. I don't think I've ever seen them.
What?
Show me a picture. Yeah, let me see what hot Tim was. I mean, he's still hot, but apparently he used to be hotter. I'm ready for it.
Okay, don't worry.
Okay, so J.K. Hoover said in the comments, Carrie, he said, Dave, you're not netting $3,500 a week because you don't know your buy cost for everything you're selling off. That would be required to know your net.
Here's what I would say to JK. If you are liquidating your stuff, right, on DibDit that was intended to be sold on eBay, it's kind of a sunk cost at this point. So you're getting out of that inventory. And in the future, I mean, of course he's right, but I'm saying in the future you're going to be buying and being able to track
really
that a little bit better.
I was just going to say J.K. Rowling is a better writer than better.
What happened to Dave? He muted himself.
Dave muted himself. David?
Did Dave give up on TikTok? Is that one of those things that you deleted from your phone?
Okay, here we are. Can you hear me now?
No, but it's echoey now, Dave. What did you do?
No, hold on. Let me leave and come back.
I think it's echoey. Maybe I'm going crazy.
No, you're not going crazy. Did Dave delete his TikTok?
We should talk about sports cards for a minute. I don't know if he did. I don't know if he
he's
did.
Probably gonna.
What did you find at the card show this weekend?
Man, I bought a lot of cards the last 2 days. I went to the card show, another card show this morning. I bought 2 tables, but I've already sold most of it.
Here's our test. Do you have any cards within arm's reach of you right now?
Yes.
This is how you know you're a card reseller.
You hear me now?
Because you can pull out cards. Just like magic. See? That's how you know.
You're
Dave,
good,
can
Dave.
you do it?
Okay, thank you.
We can hear you.
Cards. I can pull this out. What does this mean? What does it mean?
Oh,
what does all that mean?
He's a dealer of cash. Oh my gosh.
What does this mean?
That means,
what does that mean?
That means you just got back from Wackos.
Is
what that means. Oh,
Jaguars, sports ball. Yeah, it's falling
Dave, did
grab more stuff. Grab more stuff.
No, I didn't. I still have TikTok.
You still have TikTok? Okay.
Yeah.
Right,
I've been making like thousands of dollars a month on it.
I just sent it to you.
Garbage.
I just sent Sexy Tim to you.
Okay, good. Okay, I'm looking at it right now. Hold on.
Is it on TikTok?
Oh my gosh.
I didn't see it. I didn't get. Where did you send it to me?
I need to turn off my camera. I got to do some stuff here.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Can I put it in? Maybe I'll put it in post or something. My screen share never works on this thing. But no.
I got you flustered, didn't I?
A little steamed. Woohoo. No, listen, J.K. Hoover, I think, what Carrie was saying is on point. Like, at this point, it's found money because it was spent so long ago. That's the thing with eBay. Like, sometimes you're holding on to things for a year, 2 years. I mean, at that point, you just don't care what you sell it for. But also, like I said before, I make money on the content in more than one way, on YouTube, on TikTok, on Facebook. And so, like, that helps fix or improve my buy cost significantly as well. So, you know, to me, when I'm saying I'm netting $3,500, I mean, after the fees and the shipping, this is how much so maybe net is not the right word. It's like, income minus fees and shipping is the better way to say it. It's a little bit, it rolls off the tongue a little less nicely, though, is all. So I'll make sure to bring it up in my next Flipper video.
I would just tell dude, hey, yo, stop checking my pockets, son.
Yeah, get your hands out of my pocket.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
that's why I always feel like I want to hang out with Tim in person more because I feel like I could just be cool and like I would never get in a fight because like Tim would make sure people were in line. You know what I mean? Like I just know that Tim's got my back. He's like a spider monkey. He's gonna attack people if needed, and I respect it.
Nick, can you name a movie outside of the one movie that comes to mind that has used a spider monkey as a reference?
I'll be honest, I don't even remember the first movie. I mean, I remember it comes from a movie, but I can't recall which movie it was. Like a
Talladega Nights.
Yeah, there we go. See, I don't know what the other one is though.
Man, you guys are in Florida. I'm in DC. It's cold.
Dude, I know. Yeah, it's nice out, man. It's nice. There's alligators and rabbits outside though, and there's a lot of like frogs. Which
have you seen an alligator since you've been down there yet?
I have not. I've seen frogs and lizards. I haven't seen a snake yet. I thought there'd be more. There probably is more snakes.
Oh,
I'm also not looking. I'm not looking for snakes though because I feel like they're there. I just don't want to know.
Is there a lot of snake and alligator on the menus down there?
Alligator, yes, everywhere.
I love alligator.
Yeah, gator is everywhere. Snake, not so much.
Nice gator nuggets with some Creole honey mustard sauce.
You sound like Mike. Mike loves that stuff.
Oh, it's so good.
Put some crushed ice on it if you're Mike.
Yuck. Nothing's working. I'm good. This is a good show. It's a good show when Kevin's not here. It's always better.
But we need to talk more reselling, or else Kevin was going to get upset with us.
Dude, we talked a ton of reselling. We need to talk less reselling. Let's talk about NASCAR for a couple hours.
What?
Yeah, sure. NASCAR. Yeah. William Byron won the Daytona 500.
Guys.
You guys probably listen. How much of that stuff do you guys see at the flea market? And it's like $30, $40 for like that's a Dale Earnhardt. That's a 316 Earnhardt. That's a
I see so much more per capita like NASCAR stuff in the Florida South than I did in definitely Utah. But like Nevada had a little bit because we have a racetrack out there. But yeah, so much NASCAR stuff.
But I feel
so
like,
much.
Carrie, I feel like a lot of people in Florida also have a fairly realistic view of the value of it. More so
it's not bad. I will say that. You're right. I haven't gotten too many people where it's like crazy prices. Unless it's like you're at the Daytona flea market and they have jackets. They were kind of pricey.
Have you guys ever been to like East Coast flea markets before?
Yeah.
No, like Florida, East Coast flea markets.
Like Northeast?
Like Brimfield?
I guess like Mid-Atlantic. Like, because I mean, you guys have been to some in like the Midwest, like, you know, when we were in Cincinnati and like Kentucky and stuff like that, right? Like picking in Cincinnati and Kentucky is crazy. Like that I remember when Josie and I went out there for the first reseller rally, like that was crazy.
Why?
Because it was me, Josie's mom, Josie's dad, and we packed that car.
So why do you think it's different there than where you are, for example?
I don't know. I guess it's the Midwest is a little bit of a different breed too. Yeah. Like I live in the city, you know what I'm saying? So like, but I can get to rural areas, but like it's tough. But like that's why I asked if you've ever been to like an East Coast flea market, because I'm curious to see like if I go to Pennsylvania, like there it's rural, right? But it's still like Mid-Atlantic, East Coast, right? Yeah. But like, how many of the vendors at your flea market are clean out guys?
At ours down in Florida?
Yeah.
So, because those flea markets I would consider East Coast, and I go there all the time, but I think you're talking Northeast, like, right? Because we go to the flea market like every couple of weeks down here, and we live on the East Coast. But
that's not. No. I'm talking Northeast.
You're talking Northeast, yeah.
Okay,
Northeast.
Okay.
My gut, I've never been to one. I always consider it more antique-y, kind of like Redinger's down here, like more antique market and probably higher priced. Maybe that's just because of like the videos I've seen and from like
there's some of that stuff, but like I go to this one flea market where Crazy Lamp Lady used to. I don't know if she goes there anymore, but she used to go there all the time. And like there is tons of people those flea markets that are clean up people, and like for me, that's like I love a flea market. Like I would.
You don't come visit us in Florida then?
Yeah,
I want to come down one time, like when Kevin goes down with the trailer.
Dude, I feel like we're the freaking flea market capital of America down here.
I know, because crazy. Like I feast at flea markets.
Yeah.
Because I love the volume. Like for me, like the volume, it makes you. It makes it a lot easier to pick when there's that much volume too, because you know how it is. Sometimes like you go to yard sales, right, and like after like 3 or 4 yard sales of not buying anything, you're like, I gotta buy something. Like I stopped being like that now because
you end up with like a truck full of party light candles, and you wonder why the heck you paid $300 for them.
But that is like you're saying, at the flea market, you got 300 vendors. Every table's a new yard sale.
Yeah,
right.
It's true.
And so you might run into 20 bad ones, but 5 minutes later.
But like your flea markets aren't weekly, right?
Well, they're not people. You said the flea market. They're not living entities. Yeah, there's not like they don't have a soul. The flea markets. There's people in them.
What?
What? I don't know.
No, I'm asking you. Like, is your flea market? Does the flea market open every weekend?
Yeah.
So like,
there's some, yes.
How much of that stuff is the same stuff every weekend? As opposed to like,
okay,
do
so
inventory.
It depends on the market. So we have one market that happens monthly, once a month.
That's the Webster's.
That's the Browns. The Browns is once a month, and that one usually has way more fresh stuff.
They've been doing it like twice a month lately, though.
Yeah, and in the cold weather, they'll do it, yeah. But Webster is weekly, and sometimes they'll do Sunday, Monday. A lot of times, I would say 50%, maybe 60% of it's there the week before, right? But there's still 40% that's not. There's always fresh.
The thing I love about Browns is it's like we were talking about this. I don't know if it was. It might have been at the car show I was talking about it. It's like $15 for a booth, right? So there's a lot of people who are casuals. They're just like it's a garage sale kind of vibe. So they're not. They're not making a living doing this. So they're just trying to get rid of stuff, and that's the kind of person you.
It's a car boot sale.
That's what I was gonna say. Exactly. It's more like a boot sale.
It's a car boot sale, basically. She's from England. And
I would love to go. I would love to go to England and go picking. Yeah, England, France.
Do you want to hear?
Spain.
I've done both. I've actually done England and France. You want to hear my experiences? They're very interesting.
Yes.
Not really, but I went to I didn't go to garage sales in London, but I went to like an antique shop, and this is what happened. What they try to do at these antique shops in like the Kensington area is they have outside like little booths and stuff, and you can go through, and they cut out little pieces of Punch magazine, which is like an old-timey 1800s magazine. And me and my mom, we were looking through them, and they got mad at us because we were Americans or something, and they're like, you're not going to buy any of that, so go away. They were really rude to us. This was one shop, so I had a bad experience there. But then I was in France, and they actually had a yearly garage sale outside in Versailles, of all places. We were going to that palace, and it was it was wild, man. They were selling stuff out on the street like a yard sale. It was weird. But yeah, I mean, it's totally different. The cool thing about like if you're out of country and you bring stuff back, like it's stuff that you never see out here. So you
and that's
you could get a premium.
Yeah, that's the thing that's interesting is that like, so, you know, like stuff that I would sell, like Wedgewood, for example, is like Tupperware in England, right?
Oh, yeah.
But like you can flip that like stuff over here for more money, just like mid-century modern stuff in England, like or in the UK.
If Kevin were to bring in his Tupperware into England, he'd be the king of England, literally.
Well, but the problem is that like, when I went to Beijing
allegedly.
and I brought back all those Coach bags, they got mad at me. I don't know why. It was weird.
Did you eat any balls when you were over there?
Dude, I don't know.
Yeah, good question.
They fed me, like, basically my general thing at Beijing, or while I was in China, was I would take the napkin, I'd wipe my mouth, the food goes into the napkin, under the table, grab a new napkin. All right, and then by the end, there's like 30, 40 soiled napkins under my chair as I'm walking out of the restaurant, like, peace.
I did that once with Beats. I did it with Beats, and I went to the bathroom.
Feed me chicken feet, Tim. The foot.
No,
that's
no,
good,
dude.
though.
I did that in Mexico. We had
eyeballs. I don't know.
There's a restaurant because I used to watch Bizarre Foods all the time, right? And there was a restaurant that he went to where the entire menu was testicles. And each testicle had like its own health benefit. So like if you ate like rhino balls,
depending on the animal, okay,
yeah. If you ate like rhino balls, it was like good for circulation. If you ate like tiger balls, it was like good for like your joints and stuff like that.
Wait, why are they killing tigers and stealing their balls?
I mean, I was just using those as examples.
They're just going to the zoo.
I think the theft is less of an issue than the killing of the tiger. But
maybe they're not killing them. Maybe they're keeping them alive and just stealing the balls. You don't
That's
know.
quite possible.
Yeah, it could be like a ball harvesting factory. This is not a normal podcast.
No, it's good. Let's turn this into a short.
If you only take half the ball, it fully grows back, so you can take half the ball again next month.
Is that what ChatGPT
Dude, is
says?
that what balls do, bro?
No, I'm just making that up.
I was waiting for mine to drop, dude.
Yeah, it'll happen. Someone said that to me the other day when I was in a live. What are your balls?
So then, what did you have yard sales on Thursdays there?
Dude, so Tim, we have two really solid flea markets that are every Wednesday. Okay, Plant City and DeLand. We have in Jacksonville, there's 4 markets, I believe, and they're pretty much all Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Down in Port Orange, there's one that's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then over in Orlando, I think there's 3 flea markets. There's also the Webster, which is the really, really big one. That one's every single Monday and Sunday. And then the Browns is every 4th Saturday and every 4th Sunday. And so that's just like the near me flea markets. There's still tons more, but those are like the within an hour and a half, 2 hours radius. So pretty much every day of the week I can go to a
When was the last time you stepped foot in a thrift store?
Carrie should answer this because he used to make exclusively thrift content. Go ahead and give your
both
review,
of you
Carrie.
guys. When was the last time you guys stepped foot in a thrift store?
When Dawn
I went to a
made
thrift store. I went with Dawn like about a week and a half ago.
What was it?
I went to Goodwill in Port Orange, Florida.
That's
and I went in there. And that's like a good one for Goodwill. But I went in there, dude, and I've changed so much. I hated that place.
I hate thrift stores.
I hated it with every fiber. I'm like, why does anybody buy any of this for any reason at all?
It's
ever?
So expensive.
It's $8 for a hat. That's I mean, I can sell them for $15, but we're flippers, so we can do that. No, I'm just kidding, but it's funny. Like we get mad because we're going to charge
the 2x
more.
profits. The thrift store is where you get them 2x profits.
Yeah, there's no way in this day and age with all of the options that are out there that I
in Florida specifically. It's not everywhere.
In Utah, I did it.
And
the desert industry in Utah and Vegas is special because they do really they never really crazy. I mean, they do price some of their stuff up, but a lot of it's still very affordable. That's kind of like how they do it. But Goodwill, I don't know what Goodwill thinks they are. They're like above Walmart and Target prices. It's like, hey, do you want to pay more for stuff you didn't come here to buy and you don't really want? I don't understand the business model.
A Walmart shirt that is at Walmart for $7.98 and they'll have it for $14.
They'll still have the tag on it for $7.98 and they'll just put a $12 tag on it.
You can't find anything at Goodwill's. I'd say 90% of the stuff you cannot find in Goodwills in my remote area because they have one of the largest shop Goodwill hubs here in Washington D.C. So like it's almost impossible.
So it
like
all just goes online.
it's like Home Goods it threw up in my Goodwill. Like that's pretty much what it's like.
I have zero issue with Goodwill like making money online. They should do that if they're getting stuff in, and their whole idea is to make more money. But the whole thing is, if it's not going on Shop Goodwill because it's valuable and it's going in the store, just price it at a price where it'll actually sell. Who cares who you sell it to? I don't get the business model. But maybe there's something I'm
How
missing.
do you source, Tim? How do you source in the winter? What is your strategy?
I haven't been sourcing at all.
You live in D.C. still, or Maryland? Where are you living?
In D.C. I live in D.C. So I have not been sourcing at all for like the last like 4 months. Like I'll pop into the thrift store every once in a while, but I've been selling off all of my inventory.
But what would be the strategy if you were the sole breadwinner, okay, and you need to make money living in D.C. as a full-time reseller? What would you be doing?
You would have to go travel. You'd have to travel to like Pennsylvania because they usually do flea markets. It doesn't matter how cold it is. Like I used to have a honey hole, but the woman that ran my honey hole, she decided to travel across. She decided to travel cross country.
Yeah.
So that really was like a huge like blow to me. Auction house.
Auction house.
Couldn't you go deeper into cards? Because card shows are not.
Well, yeah,
seasonal.
that's what I've been doing mostly, and a lot of that has to do with because I was downsizing my inventory, so I focused more on the cards because it was a lot easier. And then like I buy very high dollar items for next to nothing. That's my reselling model. Like a lot of people say that, but they don't really do it.
So what's
like,
your ASP on eBay?
Oh, that's a good question.
If you have that. So ASP, guys, average sales price, in case you didn't know that.
Well,
you know,
also my eBay is like,
Yeah.
my eBay is pretty bad right
Mine's
now.
And
zero right now,
Krylov,
my ASP
Krylov
zero.
is the computer demon that controls all of eBay sales.
Well, that's all right, Carrie. I was telling you I got a return on eBay for $200. I haven't been selling on there for the last 2 weeks.
That's nice.
Right
you
now,
gotta love that.
Right now, I'm at $40.
That's a good ASP.
But normally I like to stick around like 50, 55, 60 is like what I'm normally at. Because
but like, dude, you know what I struggle with, and this is why I would love to pick with you at some point. Like, I know like basics about glass. I just don't see a lot of glass. And if I do, it's at the flea market booths where it's all glass, and I would run away because they all. But I guess you could probably still pick at those booths, couldn't you?
well, see, that's the thing. That's why I asked you about like. I'm curious what the flea markets are like. Like how much of it
I don't
are?
feel like I see that much glass.
Yeah, I mean, I see
Other
a
than
ton
the
of it.
booth tables that are specific glass tables.
A
Like,
lot
there's
of
always
times
the
that's a
glass
turn
guys.
off for sure. I mean, Carrie's
Yeah.
seen me like work when we were at the 127 this past time. Like, there's sometimes it's like the stuff that slips through the cracks. Like I think sometimes some people are so like about like buying like these bundles, right? Like when we were at the 100-mile yard sale, like I think this was a time before last time. Like we stopped at this yard sale and everybody got out the car, like, cause you know, we're all like, look like we're, you know, SEAL Team 6 with all the GoPros, backpacks, right? Yep. And like, everybody goes up the driveway and comes back down the driveway, right? Like they were walking away like it was a pink kids yard sale, right? Cause we all know we turn away from those, right? Not anymore, because I'm about to have a kid. Blue kid yard sale. I'm there, right? But anyways, and I see everybody walking away, and then like I'm up there for like 10, 15 minutes, and everybody's like down at the bottom of the driveway, and I'm like walking down with these 2 boxes, and it was like Fostoria glass stemware that was, I paid $15 for 12 glasses, and I sold it for $650. Like that's the sort of stuff that like
that's clear.
No, it was yellow. So the stems were clear, but the actual like cup part was yellow.
Dude, those are worth money. I would never buy those.
Exactly.
I've walked through 8 million of those.
Exactly. So like stuff like that, like I mean, when I was buying paperweights, everybody was like, "What are we doing?" And then like
I buy paperweights.
all of a sudden, like paperweights became
the paperweight boom of 2023, 24.
Yeah, like all of a sudden, that same thing with uranium glass, bro. Do you know? When I was buying uranium glass, I have a picture of me in my mom's basement, And literally, like, it was enough to, like, be, like, considered a nuclear factory, right? Mm-hmm. Like, because at that point in time, like,
when he wonders where his hair went.
Yeah, if you turn the light off, will you glow? That's a question I would like to know the answer. I don't know.
You have to stop, collaborate, and listen first.
Oh.
So, like...
Yo, he lives in my town.
Oh, I bet he does.
No, he literally does.
I know. He's a Florida guy.
Yeah.
So I literally would buy that stuff when people were telling me glass doesn't sell, right? And people who are resellers on YouTube, they're like the older guys. They'll still say that stuff. They'll tell you they're the video game guys that are weirdos and stuff like that, right? So like I would buy this stuff on pennies on the dollar, bro, and I stockpiled it because I said to myself, I said, this is going to be something that links the younger generation to the older generation when it comes to antiques, right? And sure enough, it started to take off, and I've sold probably 10,000 pieces of uranium glass in my life, easily. Wow. Right? And like, I find stuff like that all the time. Like I was on a podcast the other day, and they were asking me about it, and I tell them the story about we were at a Russian Orthodox church sale, Josie and I, and I saw this shot glass. It was about this big, like literally a shot glass. I flashed my light on it, it glowed, 10 cents. I got it. I brought it home. And I was trying to figure it out. There's a signature on the bottom of it. I could not for the life of me figure out the signature. And I was, sometimes people get like just frustrated and they're just like, they just list it like Vaseline shot glass sort of situation, right? Like, I can't do that. When I have a feeling, I have to like dive in. Yeah. So like I had it sitting around for like 3, 4, 5 months. I was watching Antique Roadshow because I have it on the TV 24 hours a day. Nerd. And I saw the signature on the Antique Roadshow, and I was like, "Holy that's really? It!" And I sold that toothpick, that shot glass for $430, and paid 10 cents for it.
I got a question. Based on how long it takes you to ship and list an item, how many do you do? 2 a day?
No. I mean, like, what? That's the thing is, like, I used to just buy stuff like that, right? Like, oh, this is kitschy, this is cool, right? Like, but I got to the point where I realized, like, the time that it was taking and the space that it was taking was just too much. So now it's like I really am so focused on sell through and profit margin. Those are the two. If I want to hold it for a long time, it has to be small. But like,
you have like an eBay sale of the week, then, Tim?
I don't know. That's a good question.
You're like the kind of guy who sells on eBay still. Carrie probably has one too.
Don sold stuff.
Yeah, Don sold things.
I mean,
Don
one of my best
stuff from me on Divdit today to sell on eBay.
Yeah, I've sold some stuff on Mercari probably.
Card.
Hey Tim, you'll know this. How do you say the French cast iron brand Le
Creuset?
Is that it? Le Creuset?
Yeah. Well, I crush on that.
I say Le Creuset, so it's Le Creuset.
Yeah, Le Creuset.
Okay, I gotta remember that.
You know what else is really good if you find it is Staub.
Staub?
Staub.
Staub cast iron. Okay. Yeah,
that stuff sells for really good money too.
Williams Sonoma.
You're muted, Carrie. Is that a neck pillow?
I prefer it, really.
You're muted, Carrie.
It says Valeri.
No, Don. Sorry, guys. Don sold this for $75.
Wow, but why is it worth so much? Why is it worth so much?
I have no idea. Like,
what's it called?
Is it got gold flakes in it? I don't know.
Use posture gaming pillow green. That's weird.
Was somebody at an airport when they bought this and thought we'd just deliver it to them before the flight?
They're like, that's a lot of money for an airport. $75.
I'll tell you. So I'll give you my 3 non-cards. My last 3 non-card sales.
All right, let's hear it.
I sold
one card sale. Do one card sale.
Ugh.
I sold a Zaire Hope Super Short Print Pro Refractor on dibditcards.com for $310.
Dibdit cards.
How much did I pay for that, Carrie?
$10.
$2.
Yeah.
$2.
Okay, so I sold a vintage. You guys can guess these. Guess these prices.
Oh, I'm gonna guess them. I'm gonna kill this.
Vintage Crystal D'Aubry paperweight Charles A. Lindenberg by G. Poliarat LE415.
Poliarat.
That is clearly $74.99.
No, you said Charles Lindbergh, and they
the
never
Lindbergh
did.
baby.
They never found that baby, by the way.
So what's the
I'm
value
gonna go.
of the baby?
You said I'm gonna go $97 because it was a Poliarat.
You guys are both wrong. It sold for $30 plus shipping.
Yeah, $30 $30.
But $12
exactly.
shipping is
I
what
was
I charge
closer,
for that.
so I win next.
Yeah, and if you
so
double
far
that,
it's 1-0.
you would have been close to my guess. So.
All right, here we go. Here's next. Vintage Florsheim Imperial Kenmore hand-stained brown leather shoes, model number 93602.
Is it shoes
Leather.
or glass?
These are shoes.
Oh,
Dress
yeah,
shoes.
those are shoes. Okay, yeah.
It's
The
not
brown
leather glass, Dave.
Did you polish
Florsheim.
them?
You guys don't know about Florsheim.
I've heard of the brand Florsheim.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
definitely
Florsheim.
a $56 pair of shoes.
Yeah, I think we're looking at like easily an 85 pair of floor shines right there.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
$87.49.
Thank you.
Okay,
I
so
know.
it's
I told
1-1.
you this.
Tiebreaker time.
I know
Tiebreaker time.
my shined shoes.
Let's hear the tiebreaker.
I was once a
Okay.
shoe shine.
Let's get you guys a tiebreaker here. We'll get you guys a tiebreaker here. I'm going through card sales here. I know there's
So much better
here we
than
go.
when Kevin does
Here
it.
we go. Here we go. This is one where I could not find the maker, and I went through multiple people, and they couldn't figure it out either. Okay. Antique Victorian glass
Victorian.
parlor lamp embossed Green Man North Wind painted flower.
Oh gosh, yeah, that's very Victorian. The Green Man and the wind and stuff. I'm gonna go. It is Victorian, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Embossed.
How Victorian? Like, are we talking late Victorian or early?
Is it?
Victorian?
Is it like Gone with the Wind style?
No, and it is not like it is turns on, but this was originally an oil lamp that was
So
converted
this is for
to
a
an
parlor,
electrical lamp.
correct? So a place
Yes.
where you would speak
No
and
shade.
talk and
No shade.
Oh, no shade.
Just,
no shade.
just the
Dude, you're not
base
throwing any shade?
So it's
just
like a
the
jovial
base.
light.
103.
and the lamp.
103.
I'm gonna, I'm gonna go 120. I'm gonna go $125, 125.
$175.
Dang it.
I win because I'm closest.
Yes.
See, here's the thing. You did not factor in the fact that this was for a parlor, so it needed to be bright, effervescent, because
I should have
people were
listened to
chatting
Chat
and talking.
GPT. I tried to cheat, but I wasn't listening good, so I only wrote some of the words Tim said. I said, "What's the value on eBay of an antique Victorian parlor Green Man painted flower embossed?" And it
You were
said
just looking
between
for his
100
list.
But I missed a bunch of the words he said. It said 100 to 300, so it was actually pretty close. That's amazing.
So like those are the sort of things that like I'm literally like try my best to find, because like all of those things I pay under. I don't like to spend double digits. So like I'm like
10. You mean?
yeah, like $9 and below is like where I really like. I get a little stressed out when I have to pay $10.
You're just buying. Basically, you're out there buying Art Nouveau lamps and Yasiel Puig rookies. That's what you're doing. 12 to 15 hours a day.
Because the thing is like people put so much work into these like double your money, and they're not even doubling their money. Like I tell Josie all the time, I'm like, I come home from the thrift store, I'm like, I didn't get anything. I didn't buy one thing because like I stopped by the thrift store because it's next to the post office. So like, but the other day I walked in, I bought a golf club. It was a copper ping putter. And for those of you that don't know, the copper ping stuff does crazy numbers. I paid $3.49. It's listed right now for $135. It has like 30 watchers on it.
Okay.
So like stuff like that, like for me, it's more just like walking in and finding that one item and then being done with it. Like we went to donate a bunch of stuff, and I found a vintage Yves Saint Laurent jacket, and I paid $8.49 for it. That recently just sold for like $175.
What was the brand again?
But did you try keystering it?
Yves Saint Laurent.
Listen, I
like it. I like when you say it because that's like, it sounds fancy.
We can play Guess What It Sold For on dibdit.com, okay? Today I sold a lot of Oneida flatware, non-sterling, so stainless. I think it was the community model.
How many
I don't know.
pieces?
It's probably about, it was just random pieces. I think it was like 20 butter knives, probably 10 forks.
It's like a
15
54
spoons.
piecer.
$37.
but not like actually a
That's
set.
all I
It's
need.
just
I got
stuff
all the
I've picked
info I
up
need.
over the. But it's probably about 45 pieces if I had to
Case or no case?
$37.
no case, just loose silver.
$37.
Silverware. It's flatware, not silverware.
I'm
say,
gonna
Carrie?
go.
$37, and I don't
On
know the difference
dibdit.com,
between
37
those.
on
Yes,
Dave's
on
Kitchen
dibdit.
Market.
Yeah, on
Actually, it was Dave's
Kitchen
Kitchen Market, not Dibdit.
I'm gonna go $29.99.
All right, we sold that for 54.
Nice.
Yeah, over a buck a piece. I thought that was
3
pretty
plus
solid.
7 is 10. Add 10 to 37, then
say,
add an
like-
additional 7.
Was that
and
a
you got 54.
Was that a 2 or a 3 person auction?
What do you mean 2 or 3 person auction?
Like did you have 2 bidders or 3 bidders?
I probably had about 4 or 5.
Yeah.
There was a lot of people bidding on that. I think I had it listed because I was listing them. I was selling them in sets of 4, like 4 forks for $15.99, and I think altogether the listings equaled over $100 on eBay. But still, $54 in a day, I'll take it. It's nice to just get it gone
all day.
Yeah.
Like that's the other thing too. Is like I hear people complain about eBay numbers, and I'm just like, I don't do big numbers. I'm more of a lot of numbers in like.
Mm-hmm.
Tiny spans, but like people were like, I listen to you
big
guys
numbers in tiny places,
and I'm like, you guys are talking about like $2,000 weeks and stuff like that. I'm like, never.
What do you mean never? That's too high, too low. What does that mean?
I don't do numbers like that.
Like not that high or not that low.
But I get my money. It comes in from multiple different places.
Oh, from your OF. Where else?
No. But I mean, like I'll have like Macari. I'll have Macari, Poshmark. I mean, district stuff, whatnot, Etsy. I get the income from all those different places. So like, my numbers aren't always like crazy like on eBay. But when I hear people talk about it, I'm like, damn, if I did 2,000 in a week, I'd be doing pretty damn good right now.
I think I don't know if I did the math. I didn't do my video yet, but I did do. I think at least another 3,000, 4,000 maybe gross this last week.
How many lives?
I'm looking right now. 5 lives, all about an hour to 2 hours. So, like I said, it's probably about 9 hours of streaming, and brought in over $3,000.
Like I did like probably like 500 today between like district, whatnot, and eBay. Yeah, and I think I have like another $30 on Posh, $25 on Etsy.
Yeah, I mean, I was doing the cross listing. What do you use? List Perfectly, Vendu?
I do, but I'm listen. I'm cheap, right?
Yeah.
So I use the bootleg entry level $29 List Perfectly thing. I was thinking about going to Vendu because now that I've like minimized my store and like just really like my inventory over everything, and like the cost of List Perfect, like they were talking about the other day, like I love the people at List Perfectly, they're super nice, and like I still make money from my affiliates. I'm getting like $8 a month, you know what I'm saying? So like, but they are charging apparently like $130 a month for like the top tier level. I'm like, who in the hell is paying for that?
Yeah, it can get really, really expensive on Vendu. It's crazy.
I missed this on your show with Ivan.
Yeah.
That brought up because I've been trying to get them to do it for like a long ass time.
Yeah, no, I talked to them about it, and they want to do it. I gotta
it's just that whole it's tough on the back end. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because
the technology wise.
Yeah, I sold a Longaberger basket. It was a like a collector's edition one. It was like
I don't know how you do it.
Do what?
Sell a Longaberger.
Why not?
Do you know that? Like, ask Carrie. I have a vintage single stitch Longaberger T-shirt.
Okay,
it's a cool shirt too.
My mom was like top of the totem pole at Longaberger. Okay, I know everything about Longaberger baskets.
So why wouldn't I be able to?
It's tough to sell them though.
Well, I sold this one really good. It was one that was like a turn of the century, like anniversary one, and it has the little tags for the collectors club.
Yeah.
In it, and I don't know. I think I had it listed on eBay for like $100, and I sold that on Dibdit. What do you think I got for that?
On Dibdit, you probably got
$46.
$54.
Nice.
54.
See, I believe.
I forget to add in the Dave tax.
The Dave tax,
Dibdit Nation.
I mean, it's over $100 on eBay, so I mean, I still think someone got a good deal on it. So, listen, the Longaberger, Tim, I try to buy it at $5 or less a basket. That's kind of my goal, and I feel like whether it's auction or eBay, I can almost always win with $5 or less a basket. Because sometimes I'll sell them on auction for $7. Sometimes I'll get 13.
I like to get. I'm the same way. Like if I find an ounce of silver, 5 and under, pick it up. An ounce of gold, under $5, I pick it up. I pick it up. There's a lot of things under $5 I buy.
Have you ever heard the Redman song "Pick It Up"?
Nah, dude.
I'll suggest that listening to that.
We left this topic before I got to ask this question, Tim.
Check it out.
I always see at least like 4 or 5 booths that are all uranium.
Oh,
all uranium. Right? They even have like a little setup where you can put the thing in there and see it glowing in the dark. Would you skip those tables completely?
No. But yes.
Okay.
So I wouldn't spend that much time, right? Mm-hmm. But I will tell you, there's certain tricks that not everybody knows.
Like the lick test?
No. The measurement test. Okay. So there is... I
always add a few inches.
There are particular pieces of depression glass that literally an inch is the difference between like $200 and $300.
Really?
Yeah.
That is correct.
Like plate size, cup size, pitcher size, like all these pieces. So like I've been inside of like an antique mall and been inside a booth that had all uranium glass. And they had a pitcher marked for $30, but they didn't realize that it was the 8-inch pitcher and not the 9-inch pitcher. And that 8-inch pitcher sold for $275.
Why would it be worth more?
Because they didn't make as many.
Okay.
So less is more. Correct.
Yeah. So like it's, and I mean like I have 5 million thousand books, right? On glass and all that stuff.
You should probably get a math book and should get a math book while you're at it.
So like, you know, sometimes people don't know certain patterns and they don't know certain inches and stuff like that, right? Which can be a big difference.
So it's a knowledge battle at those booths.
It is a knowledge battle. Yeah. I've gotten into altercations
dude, honestly, you could probably beat a lot of these people in knowledge battles. Like they stumbled upon a big haul of uranium at a locker or something, and they put it out there, and they have the base knowledge of, I'm going to charge $20 for the tray.
But that's the same thing.
They don't know if it's the $300.
That happens with sports cards all the time. Sometimes you face those people, and they're overpricing everything, but they're still underpricing some stuff they don't understand the value of, even though they're overpricing stuff. I'm sure that happens with glass,
It would be fun, Tim, for you to come down and try it out, because I'd be interested to see.
The other thing is, too, that's really interesting is that sometimes people don't
get further from the mic before you talk. It's better. It's like we can't even hear you. There you go.
I know. Sorry. I have a gate on my microphone. Sometimes it's the patterns too. Like people don't know patterns and they just put like depression glass or they just put like art glass, and like those are when you get excited. You like, okay, I got them right here. Like I mean, like I bought a toothpick holder for $1, slag glass toothpick holder. And I had it listed on eBay. People telling me like, this is a reproduction, this and that, and I'm like, bruh, I did all the tests. It passed all the tests, right? Somebody bought it on Etsy for $460.
If I ever have like an album like of some sort of music that I make, can you open my first track of my album with that? Like the way you said it and everything. I bought a toothpick holder. For $1. I want to start my song that way, dude. That's sick. That was art, dude. I love it. I love how excited you are about it. That's cool, man. Knowledge is power, dude. For in all seriousness, in anything in picking, the more knowledgeable you are, the advantage.
I mean, teacups too, bro. Like, do you know how many times I've fried on teacups? Paragon.
Dude, I want to start saying that too. That's also cool. Fried on something, I like that. No, I didn't know.
Paragon, like have you ever found Paragon?
I've heard of that brand. If I found it, I was unaware that it was valuable, but I've heard about it.
Shout out to Harry Humstone. Harry Humstone knows his teacups too. But like, yeah, Paragon, Ainsley, sometimes Coldport, like. Josie's really good at noticing some of that stuff too. I remember with Josie and we were at our old honey hole, and Josie found a Tiffany teapot, and it had a giant crack along the base of it. But I still sold it for over $200 if I'm not mistaken. I still sometimes quote what you were telling me about Wedgewood when we hung out in DC. About the different colorways of Wedgewood.
Yeah, you always pretend like you came up with it.
Yeah, I always say I had this thought due to intense research and study, which I'm known for. Yeah. But you were talking about we were talking about the baby blue stuff that you see everywhere, and that's mass market. And then you were talking all about the greens and all the different colors that there are of Wedgewood. It's actually, hang out with Tim a little bit. You'll get excited about glass and ceramics and just like
the tricolors. If you ever find a tricolor Wedgewood piece, you're in the money. There's a I go sometimes. There's a giant the DC Big Flea is it's like a huge antique show inside the Dallas Expo Center. Same place where they have the Chantilly card show. And like you go and just walk around there, man, you'll see some stuff and you'll just be like just sometimes it's worth it to go into those places. You might not buy it like a lot of pieces, but like just to learn some of it, like, and see some of the things that you probably just don't see every other day, like, because those are the things, that's how you make your money reselling. Like, that's why people always talk that bread and butter stuff. Like, I don't know, I'm not a big bread and butter guy. Like, I love butter and I love bread. I went to a crazy bakery today. It was weird as hell. Like, it was super above my pay grade. Like, they had like all these like little like containers where you like, and everything had like the little like name tags, and man, they had pastries that looked like football helmets, and there was all types of crazy stuff. But besides the point,
if your pastries and your breads have name tags, you've gone to a place far too expensive.
It was actually priced fairly well. Josie had a craving for an almond and chocolate croissant, so I went and picked those up.
That sounds kind of good though, chocolate.
It does.
Sorry, I'm dealing with Dibdit customer service right now. Someone's asking me questions about, someone bought 8 items and they have a stack with their name on it, and 2 of the items are not showing in their fulfillment page. And I said, I bet you if you go to those sales, it says failed payment. And sure enough, it did. So sometimes credit cards don't like to be run 8 times in quick succession. Yeah. And they put on like a fraud blocker or whatever. So usually it's that. But the nice thing with Dibdit is they can go back and pay it the day after or whatever. But a lot of times they don't. So I told them just like wait a day, and if they don't pay, just rerun them.
And you can, like, if you sell in, like, say you sell on Dibdit and you sell on Dibdit Sports and you sell on Dibdit Threads and Polish and Brush, and like the same person buys from all those places, you can bundle those too, right?
By manually, you mean?
Nah.
How
do you do that?
If it's the same buyer, you can you select all the shipment, because they'll separate the shipments in your shipment area. You can click all of them and then click bundle, and it will bundle it all into one shipment for you.
But it won't give them progressive pricing.
No.
That would be cool if it did.
But like, have you ever shipped so many orders and then packed something, and then like 30 minutes later you realize you just packed something else for the same person?
Because whenever I run it on anything other than Dibdit, I pack that one right away. Because I'm like, I can't ship it. I didn't realize I could bundle it together. That's good to know.
That's helpful. I had to pay attention and make sure, like, when there was 2 names in different sites, I had to make note of it. So that'll save time.
The other thing is too, which I noticed today, is if you're running like a show and you're doing it to give people progressive shipping, and say you're running random items, make sure you change the name of your random item every show. Because otherwise, like, I ran like Tim's cards on Wednesday with Carrie, and then I reran Tim's cards when I went Saturday night.
I always put the day.
Did it restart
Friday?
The numbers?
What's that?
Did it restart the numbers? So you had
it restarted the numbers, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
so I kept, I'm a OCD, so I kept everything like separate. Yeah. And you can check it when it has their order, it says the dates. Yeah. So like, you can still get around it. But I did realize that for future references, to make it easier, make sure you do that.
Yeah, I just put the day. I put like
Tim,
Terry's
like
card Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, whatever day it is.
Super secret useful hack for eBay like you did with Dibdit just now? Like, what's a super secret eBay hack everyone needs to know?
Take good pictures.
What else? Like, it's got to be a little more complicated than that. Like in the fulfillment tab or something.
I don't listen. I mean, with the
Paul's merch has grown too strong. His presence is everywhere. He was once a benevolent leader, but now he's charging $18.99 for one strawberry. I mean, it's organic, tastes wonderful, but $18.99 for one strawberry. I'd happily pay more. Ask for more. You're doing great. Ask for more. You're still benevolent. It's still the future. You're doing great. Whose merch? It's yours. Paul's merch. That's who.
Business. Finance. Numbers. K-Ride. Vacuums. Eye patches. Rotary phones. Stuff you sell on the World Wide Web. Not jarts. Abacuses. Like floppy disk games and stuff. Lumber. REO Speedwagon cassettes. J-Ride. 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 You can do it, man.
In the arms of the angel, fly away from this dark hotel and the endlessness that you feel. You are pulled from the wreckage of your silent reverie. You're in the arms of the angel. May you find some comfort.
You can do it. Gym flippers. 5 questions you need to ask yourself about reselling. Question number 1. Why are you reselling? Question number 2. Where are you reselling? Question number 3. Why are you where you are reselling? Question number 4. Why did you choose where you were going to resell? And question number 5. If you are going to resell, why did you decide to do it? In my life, I've resold for a while, and I think you can too. Best of luck.